As I go for my run, oftentimes I go for my run, and the Lord kind of gives me downloads onto what He wants me to share with you guys. So, about a week ago, I noticed that my daughter had oh, she labels everything. She's very organized, okay? And she lives downstairs in a big space. So she the kitchen, everything. I mean, every place that she touches becomes like beautiful. She organizes everything. She's actually the one who kind of designed this room. And one day when I clear out garbage, maybe I'll show you it. But anyway, because there's actually stuff that needs to go to secondhand store. But anyway, the point is that she had some okra water in the fridge. And I love okra. For whatever reason, the Lord led my mom and dad to really encourage us to eat healthy stuff. So curry, stuff like curry, ginger, can't even say. There's a lot of things that my parents had forced me to eat. Like, I mean, at some point in my life, I was gagging. I didn't like at first, but I learned to love. And thankfully, because now, as a point during this wilderness time, I used to talk to you guys about eating what's natural, what the Lord kind of designed us, and He didn't just plop us here. Consistently say this, that He provided everything we need for health, everything we need for healing. But there's some cultures that have naturally incorporated this stuff into their regular diet. They don't need to have okra water or turmeric pills or these things that we do. We put things aside, we soak them overnight. Why don't we just incorporate this stuff in our diet? Why are we not just eating what the earth naturally provides? The Lord deliberately provided this stuff for us to keep us youthful, to keep our hair from turning gray or from keeping it healthy and long. We somehow I think we've been tricked. I'm looking at this. Someone out there is laughing at us. We've been encouraged to allow these big producers to make the food that we're supposed to eat for us, and then they took out everything that's healthy out of it, um, mass produced it, added preservatives and things that we can't even pronounce. Like, we become sick, and now they want to tell us that the stuff that we usually originally were supposed to be eating is stuff that we should be eating. They want to capitalize on this by packaging us and selling it back to us when we can actually grow it in our backyards or grow it in our homes. Do you not see the I don't know why I think this way, but I honestly am thinking that there's someone out there laughing at us. When I was growing up, my mom used to just put okra naturally in like the fish that we eat. When we'd have like boiled provisions, like in our culture, we have boiled banana. A lot of things that we have are vegetables where we like the ackee is one of the is the national fruit of Jamaica. It's a fruit, but we eat it as a side dish with saltfish, and sometimes we have boiled banana. You can't eat it with rice, but I prefer to have it with like boiled banana, boiled dumplings, etc., etc. And it's filling. And you're eating all this stuff that's healthy for you, and it doesn't feel like it's healthy for you because you seasoned it and made it incorporated as part of your diet. Now, when I saw the okra water, I thought to myself, that's great because I've heard about this, right? But honestly, if we were to eat what's naturally provided for us the way we're supposed to eat it, we wouldn't need to do it the way in a way that feels like poison. I mean, drinking it as just okra water makes it seem like it's not palatable. Okra is delicious to me. I don't know why we're punishing ourselves. Like I realized like they were saying that flax seeds and chia seeds. So I've been doing this chia, lemon, and apple cider vinegar thing in the morning, and it's working. But I love chia seeds. I don't have to necessarily do it this way. I'm not too sure if scientifically there's a reason why we have to mix them both, but if I had apple cider vinegar with my drink, because they do sell it that way, that would be getting my apple cider vinegar. If I had lime in another way, I'd be getting my lime, maybe lime and tea, and my chia seeds. If I have my chia with flax seeds, supposedly flax seeds are supposed to be amazing for vision. I'm 56 years old, and I started to have my eyes vision started to deteriorate when I was in my 30s. And I think that at that point it was witchcraft, and I'll explain another time why I believe it was witchcraft because my vision was amazing before that point. So lately, I've been led to natural things that heal the body in different ways. Besides the fast that I'm doing, the Lord has led me to understand that things like flax seeds, chia seeds, cloves, garlic, onion, not only do they heal the body, but they help your nails grow, they help your hair grow, they help your hair. Like my hair has never been dyed. I mean, my hair, I have a little bit of gray. I have maybe two gray hairs here and maybe one here and maybe a hair in other places that I can't really show you, but I don't have much gray. And I think it's a lot to do with my diet. My parents had me eating things that initially that I cringed when I saw it. And now I crave it. Like there's times when I go out there and I deliberately on my own go out and buy okra. I'll cut up okra with onion and I'll cook it down with a little bit of maybe a little bit of butter and a little bit of salt. And to me, it's flavorful. If it has more than five ingredients, I think it's too much. The most flavorful things I've ever eaten have been natural and have just basically five things. Five things to make it taste good. A foundation of garlic and onion will make anything taste amazing. You can add some to make have it Asian flavor. You can add sesame oil to have it have a Mexican flavor. Cumin. There's certain things that give food a certain that mimics a certain culture's food. So lately I've been doing, and the Lord's been leading me to do a lot of things that are natural, that are not expensive, that for whatever reason, if you haven't noticed, scientists and doctors are trying to make it seem as though they invented the idea that these things are healthy for us, and really they've been here all along. Things like oregano, they have made them into oregano oil. Oregano oil is so amazing. You could put oregano oil if you have, let's just say you have when you get older, oftentimes people have thickened nails, like fungus on the nails. If you put a drop, just a drop of oregano oil or oil of oregano on your nails, I know they sell all this different stuff. If you put a drop of that on your nails, I guarantee you almost overnight, if not, I think for me it was overnight because I didn't have really anything like that, but I thought my nails were really thick. Oh my gosh, it's miraculous. And what I also learned too, besides oregano oil or oil of oregano, you can also use garlic. If you put our garlic and olive oil together, or just any kind of base oil together, put it on your nails and wrap it at night, it will do the same thing. Now, what does that tell you? I was talking about how our bodies, all of us, started from one cell, and our cells multiply, become two, then become four, become six, become eight, from two before four, eight, and then well, you know what? The point is that we start from one cell, which means a cell has the same parts. They do the same thing. Well, with our DNA, as they multiply, these cells become designated to a specific task. Okay, but generally speaking, if I had, let's just say you had a car, you could multiply that car to 10 different cars. It would still take the same gasoline, the same antifreeze, the same whatever else. It would belong to different people. Does that make sense to you? So, in regards to our bodies, and this is our different parts of our body look different. The stuff that we put in it, the things that God provided for us will do miraculous things for all different parts of our body. Because the same things that the Lord led me to use to help to grow my hair and to keep my hair healthy is the same stuff they're using to help with vision, and the same stuff that they're using to grow nails, and the same stuff they're using to stop inflammation. Like the bottom line is the Bible says that God's way is easy. And right now, the Lord is really showing me that this is so true. He's provided all we need. All we need. He said He'll provide all our needs according to His riches and glory. I guarantee you, if your diet, if you omitted the things that people are giving to us, things that are processed, things that are fast, things that sit on the shelves for weeks, and you started to grow things, even if you don't live in a climate where it grows, you can grow outside all year long. There's ways to preserve those things. There's ways to grow things in buckets or in planters inside your home, and to be able to last the winter. Um, I can't tell you how grateful I am for the times where I felt like a little bit envious of kids who came to school with junk. and my parents forced me to eat. I looked in my lunch bag and I saw apples. I saw apple, I saw tuna and whatever else. And as a matter of fact, sometimes my friends would swap out with me and they would give me their junk and they would take my, I didn't even know what I was getting until later on. The point is that we are designed to eat what's natural. You know, people who create luxury cars, particularly luxury cars, they give you a specific grade to put in your car. They tell you what kind of antifreeze, what kind of color of the antifreeze, et cetera, for a reason. Even a car, something that that man designs, needs specific things. So, like I said, the Lord didn't just put us here without a plan for us. He knew what would need to stay. He foreknew us, and he knew what we would need to stay healthy. As a matter of fact, if you look at the word, he created the earth and the plants and the sun and everything else before us. He made those things and he said it was good, right? In Genesis. And then he created us. He created man, and wonderfully and beautifully, he created the best thing left. He created women for to be a helpmeet to men. The point is that uh, um, the stuff that's here, he created us knowing that the stuff that was here could will sustain us, including the sun. The sun's not an enemy to us. So anyway, as he starts to download to me and shares with things with me, I'm going to definitely continue to share them with you. I'm going to encourage you guys, those of you who are doing okra water, and I'm not knocking the oils that we use to put in our hair. Like there's been this thing in the black culture of mixing different herbs, and it does work to help your hair grow. But what I noticed is that there's a time when I was through someone else, I was drinking berry, like it was like raspberry, blueberries, strawberries, b- blackberries. I said blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and garlic and ginger in a drink. And I was just having some with because it was just a jug that was there. What? My hair was growing like a weed. I don't know if it was the garlic, 'cause I think there's something in the garlic that's supposed to be helpful to grow hair. But the point is that I didn't have to put it in my hair. I just it became a big intricate part of my diet, and that's why it was working. I just recently came across something that talks about because at some point in my life, through eating a lot of junk, because when I got my job, I got my jobs early, so I was able to go out and buy what I wanted to eat and do what I wanted very young. 'Cause I had the money. So when I didn't have the money, I used to always say, I can't wait to go out and get myself a large cake and eat it by myself, or to go out and buy Chinese food when I want. Now, I drank alcohol too as a young person because my coach taught us how. Anyway, the point is that um, I never went out and bought a cake and ate it by myself. That was like absolutely ridiculous, the thought of it. But I did go out and buy what I wanted by myself. And at that time, I started to develop brown spots on the whites of my eyes, like here and here. And they became bigger and bigger until it made it seem as though my eyes were crossed. Like the brown was so filled in here that I had an issue with how aesthetically I looked. So I went to a naturopath, a health food store that had a doctor. He was a doctor that owned a health food store. So I ended up meeting this doctor through just going in there, just kind of find out what, was going on with my eyes. And he said that it was my liver and that I should take milk thistle and drink lemon water, something like that. I can't remember what it was, but I don't think I took it long enough, and my diet he didn't tell me to change my diet, which would have been a good idea. Because if I changed my diet and did the milk thistle, it would have been good. The only thing that cured that, if you notice I don't have that anymore, was the 40-day fast I did. The 40-day fast, and I totally forgot about that. The 40 days of fast, it cured my eyes, but the symptom that was the eyes, the brown in the eyes was the symptom. The issue was my liver. So I am, someone had talked about, do I do fast? Yeah, the Lord has led me to do one. And it's because I've been having some inflammation on one side of my body. And I know part of it is warfare, but part of it is I do believe it's something to do with my liver. Occasionally, I think once a year we should be doing embarking on a fast of some kind of like a long period of not eating food to give our body a chance to rest. So I am doing that. I did run today. I don't know if I'll be able to run tomorrow if I, based on what I'm doing, this fast I'm doing, but I am praying. In the meantime, I'm not wasting this fast. I'm praying in the meantime. So if there's anything that you'd like me to pray about, please inbox me and let me know because I will be glad to pray for you. I'm doing a general prayer over all of us because I do believe, as believers, or all of us, people in general, are waking up to the truth, and we need protection as we navigate through this time of this wicked time. We need to um, be protected. And because there's so much witchcraft, people are so enamored with witchcraft. Those of us who know to pray and to war need to be praying and warring. So anyway, okay, so I am fasting. If you have any prayer requests, there are many ways to reach me. They're in my the description of the live, and there's a few things I said I wanted to discuss, but I won't be kind of. I'm gonna play with how I'm feeling during the fast because in the past when I did a fast and I know my body was full of junk. I went through periods of different periods of like being exhausted, periods of being nauseous, periods of feeling sleepy when I should be awake, and periods of feeling very much awake when I should have been sleeping. I pray that's not what happens this time, but because my body's fairly clean, but I'm going to embark on this fast and focus a lot on, for one, I am studying for something, but also two, praying because I would like to understand that my prayer is very powerful, and I want to be able to exemplify God's power in this hour. In this hour. All right, so okay, guys. So I pray that you're doing well. It's beautiful here, as much as it's freezing. It is beautiful. So I'm going to take this opportunity to actually do some studying. I'm not going to say where because I find when I go somewhere, I have a whole bunch of people that just seems to gravitate there. I'm not even going to say where I'm going to study, but I'm going to leave and then eventually find myself back here again to finish up my studying, my praying. Okay, guys. So I pray that you're all doing well. For those of you who are going through sickness. The Lord's been downloading a lot of things about sickness and health lately for me. If there's anything that you want me to pray about, I will. But if you tell me what's going on with me, the Lord's been leading me to different ideas about how I'm healing things. Why certain things are happening to people, like the way our body gets clogged because of the food that we chose to eat and not staying active, and how we stay limber. There's so much big information being like thrown out there at us, and people are so desperate they just want to be healthy. And so, if you have anything that you are desperate to know about, and you like someone to come in agreement with you, let me know. I'll pray about it. And once I have ideas, I will share them. Okay, because the Lord doesn't want us. He doesn't want us to be living. He said He promised us health in His word. He promised us a life of prosperity. Right. So, all right. Okay, guys. Until next time, remember you are made marvelously. You're a special, unique generation of people created for this time. You're not a mistake. He loves you, and I love you too. All right, guys. Until next time, be blessed.